Is the drink package worth it on a 4-night cruise? It can be, Mary. It depends on you. Can you drink enough every day of the cruise to make it worthwhile? Because I can absolutely get my money's worth out of a 4-night drink package, but it really boils down to, are you going to drink enough beers, cocktails, sodas, bottles of water every day of your cruise to make it worthwhile? Keeping in mind, of course, that probably on a 4-night cruise, the drink package price tends to be a little more expensive than on a longer cruise, excuse me. But you can absolutely get your money's worth out of it. Just kind of boils down to what you're looking for. So more of a personal question than a holistic question. There is absolutely value in the drink package. Just kind of comes down to you. So what is the number one thing we should do on Wonder of the Seas sailing January 29th? Oh, you definitely got to go see our friends over at the Mason Jar. The first of all, the venue is fantastic. I love the bar. I love this bar. Not to borrow a phrase from Toby Keith, but also the restaurant and of course the country trio there, Brian and Jeff and Colin. They are tremendous. That venue is vastly underrated. I love that. Of course, you got the amazing shows, Didi Bor, whether it's the Aqua Theater show, whether it's the shows in the main theater. It's entertainment, 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 entertainment. Double down on all that really, really important stuff right there. Maya Chan, Nachi Kokum, or both? Gone on alert to Galveston, so visit both ports. I would do Maya Chan. I went to both places just last week or 2 weeks ago, Allison. When I was on Wonder, I went to Maya Chan, then Nachi. Maya Chan, fantastic, amazing. The service, the food, incredible. Nachi was a little disappointing in terms of the service. The food was fine. The venue was great. It just, I don't know, maybe it's just because I went to Maya Chan and the service was so much better, but I was a little disappointed with the lack of service. Like they just didn't seem to be as, what's the word, motivated as they had in the past. But I mean, it delivered on what it promised in the sense that, there was the beach and there was the pool and it was lovely. But if I had to, I would say Maya Chan for sure. And maybe for Cozumel, I would do something else. I'm not sure exactly what that something else would be. I don't have a problem with Nachi. I like Nachi. I'd go back to Nachi again, but I wasn't as impressed as I have been with other visits. Again, the service just was, maybe I just caught it on a bad day. Entirely possible. Me and my friend are going on a cruise. We're wondering what's the best budget cruise to go on. Well, I'm not sure if you're talking about Royal Caribbean or just like any cruise line to go on. I'll limit your question to Royal Caribbean, keeping in mind, by the way, there are cheaper cruise lines out there, but that's a larger conversation, Leo. I mean, truly, if you're looking for a great deal on a Royal Caribbean cruise, low price, get you in the door, enjoy a cruise, you're probably talking about a cruise on some of the older ships. I love the value that you can get with like a Mariner of the Seas or a Brilliance of the Seas, Serenade of the Seas. They're excellent ships, excellent values. They don't have all the whiz-bang features that you're going to find on the newer ships, but the price is probably going to be very, very nice. Is Explorer the Seas going to be amplified asking for a friend? I think eventually, yes, but there's absolutely no plans right now. I talked to Royal Caribbean executives about the amplification program at the end of December, and they all kind of basically had the same answer, which is that they'd like to resume the amplification program, but they need more money. They need they need to reduce their debt, quite frankly, and that's the bigger issue at hand. So it's going to be a while before that occurs. Could that happen? When? Who knows? But their intention is to do it anyway. So we'll see it at some point, I'm sure. What's the key boarding process like? When you get the key, basically, Shreya, you're going to have a separate line. When you get there, you're going to see people go for suites, and you're going to see a line for the key. Look for that line and let them know that you have the key. Basically, you'll just be going in shorter lines to get you on board the ship a little bit faster, quite frankly. It only benefits you, Shreya, truly, if you arrive early on, around in that like 10:30 a.m. time frame, because that's really when you can reap some benefits there from being a guest of the key. So try to give us my friends to join us on a cruise. They've countered with an all-inclusive resort. Any cruise pros to help tip the scale? Sure. Number one, the problem with an all-inclusive resort is number one is that, well, you're always in the same place every day. So there's not a lot of variety in that. Number two, cruise, the value is still better, especially when you consider the entertainment factor you get with the cruise compared to an all-inclusive. Certainly with an all-inclusive, you can get things like, your drinks and some of your food at least is included. You want to compare apples to apples. A lot of all-inclusives, they're all-inclusive, except they also have extra pay restaurants, drinks that cost extra. So you need to compare the two and make sure that they're, exactly on par, because it's very easy to overlook the things that aren't included, even though it seems like it all should be included, but it's really not. And the nice thing about a cruise ship also is that it allows you you get a different vibe there, different ages, especially in the Royal Caribbean. So I'm not sure, JP, how old everybody is, if you're looking for a party vibe or not. But you get some intangibles, but really it's the fact that you're going to different places. One day you're in Cozumel, one day you're in Roatan, one day, going to Perfect Day, Coco Key. These are unparalleled experiences you're not going to find at an all-inclusive, because usually all-inclusives are walled gardens. Think like a cruise ship pool deck, and that's all you're kind of relegated to. So at least you have the opportunity to do other things. Not to say you can't do shore excursions at an all-inclusive, but it's far easier and more practical on a cruise ship. So going on Grandeur in March. What are your thoughts on this ship? It's a fun, classic cruise ship. Obviously it doesn't have water slides or a zip line or a full Broadway show, but it still delivers on a classic cruising experience. It'll offer pool deck fun, activities, great dining. There's not a ton of specialty restaurants on there, but just enough to keep you busy. And I'm sure the price ain't bad, Tyler. So as long as you understand what the ship does and does not offer, then I think you'll be in a good spot for having a great time on there. So yeah, love inside cabins, but is the virtual balcony really worth it in the future? It would be worth it as an upgrade from an inside, not a replacement for a balcony. That being said, I wouldn't, like, Dave, unless it's a nominal fee upgrade, I probably wouldn't pay it. I mean, it's nice to have an outside view, but you already love inside cabins. You're used to them. So it's not like I would pay, $500 to move up from an inside, like a traditional inside, to a virtual balcony inside. But if it's like $100, sure, why not? Go for it. I think that's probably okay right there. We booked the Coco Beach Club. What is your favorite part about the club? The food. The food is so good. You got to try the steak. Is the best steak out there. If you're into lobster, their lobsters is excellent as well. But I really love the food, and of course the infinity pool. I mean, for me, it is infinity pool, lunch, back to the infinity pool. Love it. How can we request to sit in a certain location? Example, near the window. You could send an email craving cruises with Jim and Laura. You can send the email now, or within 6 weeks of your cruise. I don't know when you're going. RCL Dining at rccl.com. So RCL Dining at rccl.com. Don't worry, you can watch this replay later on, and you'll be able to get back to your question if you can't jot it down or something. But I would send them an email. If you're within 6 weeks of your cruise, I would say, hey, here's our reservations number. Here's our sail date. Here's our ship name. Here's everyone's names. Can we please request this location? If that doesn't work, or whatever, you forget to do it, whatever the case may be, when you get on board the ship, go speak to the head waiter on board on day one, right around 1 o'clock or so, and they can definitely help you out there. So, one more question. Can we bring bottled water cases on Royal Caribbean ships? Yes, you can bring up to 12 bottles or cans, whatever, of non-alcoholic beverages, bottled water, per cabin on embarkation day in your carry-on luggage. You can bring 12 bottles, in your case, of water in your carry-on luggage on embarkation day. Thank you for your generosity again, Shakita. Really appreciate you. Best excursion in Cozumel with a 6, 10, and 11-year-old that is not Mr. Sanchos and is under 5 hours. Love your content. Super helpful. You're very welcome. Paradise Beach. I would go there. Paradise Beach is like Mr. Sanchos, but it's pay as you go. So you don't pay, it's not all inclusive. But with kids, you know how it goes, Brooke. You might get there and everyone has an amazing time and you want to spend all day. Or you might get there and after 45 minutes, you want to strangle your own children because they're being awful, or somebody's in a bad mood, or it's raining and it doesn't work out, or whatever, right? The good thing about Paradise Beach is you pay a nominal fee to get in, and then you're paying as you go for drinks and food. So you're not invested in the day. And with kids, that's really flexible because that allows you to be able to change your plans and do something else if you'd like to. So I would say that's one thing that really jumps out at me. There's also many more activities at Paradise Beach for kids to do. They have this costs extra, obviously, but there's inflatable things in the ocean. They have a giant pool. It's heated. Really nice. I like that quite a bit. Does Royal Caribbean provide high chairs and pack and play for infants? Yes. You just need to request it. All you have to do is call Royal Caribbean, put on your reservation. But yeah, absolutely. They provide both those things for you. So you don't need to bring them. For the pack and play, it might not be a bad idea to bring a little pad, I forget what the word is, but when our kids were that young, our kids found the bottom of the pack and play where they sleep a little hard, and they have like little, like, you can purchase it's like the pad that goes on top of it that cushions it a little bit more, and that can be a nice little add-on for it to make it a little more comfortable for the kiddies. We'll be back again next Monday to hang out, talk, and answer more of your Royal Caribbean cruise questions. Until then, have a great rest of your week, everybody. Stay safe out there. Do something fun. That's important as well. And we'll talk again very soon right here on YouTube. Bye, everybody.